the following people passed away in ICE detention in October of 2025. Leo Cruz Silva, 34 years old, born in Mexico, died after ICE detainment at the St. Genevieve County Detention Center in Missouri. Hua Bingxie, age not reported, born in China, died after ICE detainment at the Imperial Regional Detention Facility in California. Hassan Ali Mohammed Saleh, 67, born in Jordan, died after ICE detainment at the Chrome Detention Facility in Florida. Estikakur Rahman, 19, born in Bangladesh, died after ICE detainment at Camp East Montana. Gabriel Garcia Aviles, in his 50s, died after ICE detainment at the Adelanto Detention Center. Kai-Yin Wang, 63, born in China, died after ICE detainment at the South Texas ICE Processing Center in Purcell, Texas.
Santos Reyes Vanegas, 42 years old, born in Honduras, died on September 18th after ICE detainment at Nassau County Correctional Center in New York. He was in custody for less than 18 hours before being found unresponsive. Santos Reyes Vanegas, 42 años, nacido en Honduras. Murió el 18 de septiembre después de que ICE lo detuvo en Nassau County Correctional Center en Nueva York. Estuvo detenido por menos de 18 horas cuando lo encontraron unresponsive.
Norlin Guzman Fuentes, born in El Salvador, died in ICE custody and suffered a fatal gunshot wound during a mass shooting on the ICE Dallas field office on September 24th. Fuentes had lived in the Dallas area for 5 years and was a father figure to his partner's 4 children. He worked mowing lawns and trimming trees. He liked fishing around the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Miguel Angel Garcia Hernandez, a 32-year-old born in Mexico, died in the same shooting attack on the ICE facility in Dallas. He succumbed to injuries from the shooting. Married for over a decade, he was a father of 4 with number 5 on the way.
Ismael Ayala Uribe, a 39-year-old citizen of Mexico held in ICE custody, died at the Victor Valley Global Medical Center in Victorville, California on September 22nd. Family members report that Ayala Uribe, a former DACA recipient who lived in the United States since the age of 4, complained of fever and had a persistent cough in the weeks before he died. According to authorities, his blood pressure was high and his heartbeat was unusually fast. He was taken to Victor Valley Global Medical Center for surgery on an abscess, but became unresponsive and was later confirmed dead. Family and friends say they're suspicious.
Oscar Rascon Duarte, a 58-year-old citizen of Mexico held in ICE custody, died at Banner Desert Medical Center on September 8th of this year. He was previously detained at the Eloy Detention Center in Eloy, Arizona. Rascon Duarte was transferred over to ICE custody from the Arizona Department of Corrections in January of this year after serving a 20-year prison sentence. He was to await deportation proceedings at the Eloy Detention Center, but on January 15th, he was transferred to Promise Hospital in Mesa, Arizona, where he was to receive long-term care for Alzheimer's disease, kidney cancer, and hepatitis C.
Lorenzo Antonio Batres Vargas, a 32-year-old citizen of Mexico held in ICE custody, was pronounced dead by a doctor at the Mountain Vista Medical Center in Mesa, Arizona on August 31. He was detained at the Central Arizona Correctional Complex in Florence, Arizona. A GoFundMe campaign launched to assist the family with funeral costs states that he likely died due to unattended COVID-19 complications while in ICE custody.
Chao Feng-ji, a 32-year-old citizen of China held in ICE custody, died at the Moshannon Valley Processing Center in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, on August 5, 2025. ICE and Pennsylvania State Police determined that he died by suicide. His brother has sued the federal government, claiming its agencies unlawfully ignored his request for records about the death. The family said G was isolated and experiencing significant distress before his death because no one in the facility could speak Mandarin. The lawsuit further claimed staff refused to try to communicate with him or offer mental health care he urgently needed.
Tien Xuan Phan, a 55-year-old citizen of Vietnam held in ICE custody, died at the Methodist Hospital Northeast in Live Oak, Texas on July 19, 2025. Phan was being detained at the Karnes County Immigration Processing Center in Karnes City, Texas for 7 weeks prior to his death. Phan was taken to the local hospital, Otto Kaiser Memorial Hospital, on Friday for evaluation due to seizures, vomiting, and unresponsiveness, and was later airlifted to the Methodist Hospital Northeast for further evaluation.
Isidro Perez, a 75-year-old citizen of Cuba held in ICE custody, was pronounced deceased at the HCA Kendall, Florida Hospital in Miami on June 26th. This was after he had reported severe chest pains while at the Chrome Service Processing Center in Miami, where he was detained. Isidro Perez liked fishing and repairing boats, and after almost 6 decades in the United States, he lived on a boat parked near a coastal park in Key Largo, Florida, south of Miami, and his family says he enjoyed spending his days sitting on a bench at the coastal park.
On June 25th, ICE announced that Johnny Noviello, a 49-year-old citizen of Canada in ICE custody, died at the Federal Bureau of Prisons Federal Detention Center in Miami, Florida. He was declared unresponsive by emergency responders at the Fire Rescue Department. Noviello entered the United States legally on January 2nd, 1988, with a visa, and got his green card on October 24th, 1991.
On April 10th, ICE announced that Brayon Rayo Garzon, a 27-year-old citizen of Colombia, died at the Phelps County Jail in Rolla, Missouri, after being found unresponsive. Garzon reported feeling very sick and was seen at a hospital emergency room and diagnosed with COVID. An RN evaluated him on March 30th, documented normal signs, and prescribed medicines and ibuprofen for pain as needed. Days later, on April 4th, he complained of nausea and other symptoms, and they gave him a mental health referral. He was found unresponsive in his bed 2 days later with a blanket wrapped around his neck. The ICE death report does not list suicide as a possible cause of death, but does note the prior referral to mental health services.
Marie-Ange Blaise, a 44-year-old citizen of Haiti, died on April 25th after 2 months detention at the Broward Transitional Center in Pompano Beach, Florida. While ICE records blame Blaise for failing to take prescribed blood pressure medication on multiple occasions, her son told Broward investigators that she said she couldn't get a doctor to see her on the day of her death, and witnesses have told congressional officials that BTC officials failed to promptly respond to emergency calls for help the day she died. One detainee told a human rights group that the medical response to Blaise was severely delayed.
On February 24th, ICE announced that Maxim Chernyak, a 44-year-old citizen of Ukraine, died at the HCA Kendall Hospital in Miami, Florida. His death report suggests that he was pronounced dead on February 20th after a possible hemorrhagic stroke following a seizure on February 19th and a further medical decline in the hospital. His wife continues to accuse Chrome officials of neglecting to properly care for her husband and blames them for his death.
On May 8th, ICE announced that Abelardo Allende Delgado, a 68-year-old citizen of Mexico, died during transport from Lowndes County Jail in Valdosta, Georgia, to Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia. The press release makes no mention of the circumstances around his death. The death report provides a bare-bones synopsis, saying Allende Delgado became unresponsive at 12:35 p.m. during transport, and emergency personnel were immediately called. At 12:44, 14 minutes later, EMS responders reported no pulse or breathing. A local coroner pronounced him dead an hour later.
On March 3rd, ICE announced that Juan Alexis Tineo Martinez, a 44-year-old citizen of La República Dominicana, died at the Centro Médico Hospital in San Juan, Puerto Rico. ICE agents contacted 911 after Tineo Martinez complained of leg pain, and he was transferred to the Centro Médico Hospital. The cause of death is listed as pending an autopsy by the Puerto Rico Forensic Science Institute. El 3 de marzo, ICE anunció que Juan Alexis Tineo Martínez, un ciudadano de 44 años de la República Dominicana, había muerto en el Centro Médico Hospital de San Juan, Puerto Rico. Los agentes de ICE llamaron al 911 después de que Tineo Martínez les había comunicado dolor en su pierna, y ahí fue transferido al Centro Médico Hospital. La causa de su muerte todavía está pendiente una autopsia del Instituto Científico de Ciencias Forensicas de Puerto Rico.
Sarawit Gajayan, a 45-year-old citizen of Ethiopia held in ICE custody, died at the Banner University Medical Center in Phoenix, Arizona on January 29, 2025. He had been held in ICE custody at the Eloy Detention Center in Eloy, Arizona since August of 2024 and was later suspected of having lymphoma.
Henry Donaldo Ruiz Guillen, a 29-year-old citizen of Honduras, held in ICE custody, died at the Larkin Community Hospital, Palm Springs campus in Hialeah, Florida on January 23rd. He had been held at the Chrome Service Processing Center in Miami, Florida. According to the ICE death report, Ruiz Guillen began breathing with difficulty at 7:20 a.m. on January 23rd, and despite interventions to help him, he was pronounced dead at 8:07 a.m. An autopsy is pending to determine the official cause of death, according to ICE. But on March 12th, journalist Andrew Free of the Muck Rock news site filed a Freedom of Information Act request for a copy of the IHSC mortality report. Free's request was turned down, and he has subsequently filed more requests challenging ICE's denials and justifications for withholding the report.